Hello, for the 24th week of the year. Once again, the first reading, Exodus 32, and the Gospel, Luke 15. It's all about how do you perceive God? Well, starting with Exodus, let me tell you this. To put it bluntly, God was madder than hell with these Israelites. And they substituted a molten calf or a golden calf for, I am the Lord your God, you shall not have strange gods before me. And he was angry. And Moses comes on the scene and says, now calm down, God, calm down, calm down. These are the people that you made and chose. Remember Abraham, Isaac, Israel? You chose them. And their progeny. And you're going to make them so numerous as the stars in the sky and the sands of the seashore. For your purpose, your decision. Don't do it. No. And Moses was rather convincing to this angry God. As it says, he relented and did not punish them. Do you believe that? Do you believe really that's the way it happened? If you do, I'm going to tell you another one. Not from the book of Exodus, but from the book of Genesis. You know, God made everything, created everything, and he really worked. He worked hard. He worked hard for 6 days. So hard he had to rest. So on the seventh day, the Sabbath, he rested. Do you think God really needed to rest? And rested, or is that sort of just a story to say that God created everything and the Jewish people ought to stop working 1 day a week and pray and worship? That's what I believe. But looking into this, what is God really like? Well, God's mystery and tough to comprehend. In fact, impossible to comprehend. And the scriptures and we in our life, we describe God like a man or like a woman. It's a big long word. It's called anthropomorphization. And it comes from a Greek word meaning anthropos, meaning man. So we make God like a man or a woman in our description. Just as we make a bunny talk. Bugs Bunny. Or one of the cartoon characters. And we do the same thing with God. But now, you want me to tell you what God is really like? It's an analogy or a comparison. It's what we call a parable. And God is like those 3 parables at the end of the gospel, or in the gospel. One is God is like a good shepherd. God is like a woman. And God is like a person in the prodigal son story. The good shepherd. Well, God he looks and he takes care of all of us. He takes care of all the 100 sheep, his flock. But he goes out and after the person who goes astray, the stray sheep, and he looks and finds and really is happy because he found the one that was lost, the one sheep out of the 100. And God is like that for you and for me, the one sheep, or all the sheep. And God is like a woman. Yeah, a woman. You know, like a woman who has silver pieces, 10 silver pieces, or 10 silver dollars, or whatever you want to say, 10 gold pieces, and she loses one. Well, she's upset. And she looks and looks. And she finds, and boy, is she happy, because she found her 1 gold piece or silver dollar. God is like that. And you and I are the gold piece or the silver dollar. to God. That's what God's like. God is like the person in the prodigal son story. You know, is he like the wild child who wants and takes and goes and spends? Is God like the goody two-shoes older son who stays and works? Or is God really like the prodigal father who loves both son, wild child, and goody two-shoes, and he's going to give the oldest son all that he owns when he dies, and he gave his wild child son freedom, and not only freedom, but he welcomes him back. God is like that father. And you and I are like the sons. Which one are you like? So really, God is like the good shepherd. He's like the woman with the coins. And he's like the prodigal father. At least, that's what I think so. What do you think God is like? How would you got the task. What do you think God is like? Write it down. Very interesting. Isn't it crazy if you say God is like a talking bunny? God is like a woman? God is really like those parables which we just read. Have a good weekend.